Hey Finks, what's up? It's Chris, founder of Finks.com, and in today's video I want to make a video about database administration as a freelance developer. So I found this is like a quite interesting. So many people, especially I would say like the above 30-year generation, so people older than 30 years are actually interested in database administration because they know it from, maybe they have already had some experience with database administration, or maybe they have studied computer science formally, and maybe also taken a database course. So they think database administration as freelance developer or say as a salaried job is a good idea. But actually I want to show you some statistics that are actually quite concerning. This is like the Google Trends. You see over time, starting from 2004, we have a significant decrease of interest in database administration. So this is fewer and fewer people actually search for database administration. This by itself is not like a 100% a safe predictor that database administration is not interesting anymore, but it is concerning in a way, right? So if you look at the average income of database administrators in the US, it's about like $68,000 per year. But you also see like the proposed searches for Google, which are like many people actually search for questions like, is DBA job going away? Is it dying? Is it a stressful career and stuff? Do they have a future? Here, this is very interesting. As it is often argumented on other blogs, the DBA role changes but is still not obsolete. If anything, the work will get more interesting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but I mean, many people already see the writing on the wall, right? Many people already see that it may not be the best industry to actually be in. What are other industries? I mean, like significantly growing industries that have long-term positive growth trends. For example, blockchain engineering, creating smart contracts, machine learning, AI research, data science, data visualization, Python, scripting, automation, business application development and stuff. I mean, there are many rapidly growing sub-niches within the large computer science space. Those niches are really interesting, and you can get a lot of jobs, and also like the demand of coders, of excellent coders in the space is actually much larger than the supply. But this is not particularly true for this small niche called database administration. If you look on Upwork, on the app, so I found like one database administrator, which is kind of like, I would say within the top 5%. He has a high job success score. He's a top-rated freelancer, Justin. He has made over 200K on Upwork, and he is a database administrator earning like $75 per hour. So it looks attractive. You can still, like in any niche, you can still be very successful. Even in so-called dying niches, you can be very successful, but just the likelihood is not as high in those kind of niches. That's why I propose going more into blockchain development or machine learning or these rapidly growing industries. Because just, I mean, you don't need to do everything right as a blockchain engineer. You don't have to be super skilled, right? You don't have to be 20 years of experience. No one has in the blockchain industry. You can just like start with 1 year of experience, or even without experience, just gain the experience as you go. Okay, but anyways, you can find those databases, database engineering, and the one big plus, I think, in my opinion, concerning database administration is that look at what he writes. I don't just build databases, I also maintain them. Many of my clients choose to keep their contracts open so that I can provide upgrades and chase bugs down on a long-term basis. I think this is the biggest advantage, because now this actually, if you find a client once, you can actually service clients on a repeat basis, right? And this means that you have like your client acquisition cost drop significantly. You have repeat business with a number of clients, and you don't need to have many clients that pay you $75 per hour, and you don't need to work a lot, right? I mean, if you work 3-4 hours a day, this is more than sufficient to make a very good income. You can make almost like, if you are a top 5% database administrator and you earn a similar amount and you have some repeat business, you need like a handful of clients, say 5 clients paying you $2,000 per month. and that's it, right? To make a like really attractive full-time income as database administrator. But you need to be excellent, right? You cannot do too many mistakes. You see also like this guy has 100% job success score, and if you look at other people in this space, they don't make these premium rates. Like some do. I mean, $60 per hour is still okay, right? But I mean, this guy makes only $24 per hour. You see this one only $25 per hour. So it doesn't look like a niche. I mean, it is fine, right? You can find opportunity in any niche, but it doesn't look like the niche that actually I would prefer. So I would prefer working in niches that grow rapidly, that grow at least 20% per year, maybe even much maybe even much higher growth rates, such as blockchain engineering and stuff. Okay, but anyways, I just want to present this niche. I think it's still good to know. So you may ask, why is database engineering dying? I mean, there are many reasons for this, but like I would say many reasons are actually due to automation, right? And you have, for example, Oracle has like fully automated AI-based databases. You don't need to have database engineers anymore. You have many products also like provided by Google, provided by the large cloud providers, not only Oracle, that actually run autonomously in the cloud, and you have like database administrator maybe working for those large companies, but only a couple of them, much lower maintenance overhead for you as a client, which means that you as a client, you don't need to find them yourselves, right? Because much of the database work is repetitive, and it is already done by like AIs in your cloud on a large scale basis, right? It's much more efficient. You don't need to have so many salaried database administrator in your company as a large cloud provider, which means that the whole industry interest over time reduces over time. So like the coding industry is still growing rapidly. It's very interesting, but sometimes we get outdated products, and database administration seems to me like one of those outdated, potentially outdated industries. You can see it with this growth trend. It is also like similarly, if you check out, for example, the Python programming language. So if you type in Python here, Python is still a large programming language, right? But you see, like Python is also slowly losing interest. So you see, so from 2019 on, people actually, the demand for Python searches reduces over time. So the number of Python searches reduces over time. Python is still attractive, as you say, and you could argue that, okay, in the last say 17 years, we still had an increase of interest in the Python programming language. So Python could be potentially an interesting industry, but I mean, I would just bet on so yeah, I mean, Python is growing, but for example, if you maybe, let's have Java, just for the sake of argument. Now you see Java is significantly reducing, and even like it was overtaken by Python a couple of years ago. So you see, if I would start new with my career, I wouldn't bet on database administration or Java. I would bet on Python, machine learning, and blockchain technology. So technologies that actually grow double digits percentage-wise, and that have significant growth opportunities. Okay, anyways, thanks. I appreciate you joining the Thinkstyle community by watching this video, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.